bring you the experts in the various engineering department and fields, and together we explore the advantages and importance of engineering to our everyday lives, but specifically to encourage the study of engineering among the young people. This program is brought to you by Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSC. Here's the reason why you see this program every Friday. My name is Miriam Usman. Don't forget, the program is a two-way communication. Very soon the phone line will be open, and you can as well communicate with us on the program by answering our question and even ask our guest question. Now, before I introduce our guest as well as our topic for the program today, I'd like to take you through our question for the day. The question for today is, how does the periodic table organize elements? That's the question on the screen. How does the periodic table organize elements? Now, if you know the answer, please do well to call us or send us messages via our social media handles, and be rest assured that we will get your answers. And just maybe when you're correct, you stand a chance to win a prize on the program, courtesy of our sponsor, Prince Engineer Yemisi Shilon, FNSC. The program will be back after this break. Please stay with us. Good to know you're still watching. You're watching Engineering and You, and this segment is where I introduce our topic on the program as well as our guest. Last week on the program, we explored STEM education and its relationship with engineering, and our guest last week did justice to that topic. Now, but today we are exploring the world of possibilities in engineering. Yes, there's so much possibilities in this field called engineering, and you can only know more when you watch Engineering and You, especially listening to our guest on the program. Today I'm being joined by another engineer. He is by the name IFELOLUWA OLUGBEBI. Did I OLUGBEBI?
OLUGBEBI.
Yeah, baby. Okay. Tell me what's the correct pronunciation?
IFELOLUWA OLUGBEBI.
What is the meaning?
Well, OLUGBEBI, baby actually means, like a midwife. So, like the God that midwives babies and midwives children. So.
Interesting. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
So you're a representative from Ogun State Agricultural Development Program.
Yes.
And today we're looking at the possibilities in the engineering world. Now, I know you have a lot for us today because you have your laptop and you're ready for the presentation. But I want you to carry even those who do not know anything about engineering today. We need to explore the wonders and possibilities in engineering.
Amazing. Thank you very much, my host. Thank you very much for this privilege. I want to greet everybody a wonderful evening to everyone. And I want to say it's a privilege to be here. I want to thank God for the gift of life and the privilege to be alive. I want to thank the entire host of OGTV and the management for giving me this great opportunity and this opportunity to us as engineers to regularly host these shows. And I want to thank the entire leadership of NSC Abeokuta, who has continually given us the medium to come here to share our knowledge, particularly the chairman, Engineer Ismail Adenuga in FNSC, and the vice chairman, Engineer Mariwa Idowu. I also want to particularly greet Engineer Prince Yemisi Shilon, who has continued to give us this platform. I greet the entire management and staff of OGTV, led by Mrs. Shola Piawe and my head of engineering, Engineer Oluwatoyin Odejobi. Incidentally, he was here last week, and coincidentally, I'm here today. I want to greet the entire staff of Ogun Rural Access and Agricultural Marketing Project, led by the project coordinator, Engineer Muritala E. Adekunle, and my IE, engineer Waid Adejumo. Particularly, I want to greet my wife and my...
Okay, let's get into the discussion proper now. What is
you know why I took this time to take this appreciation?
I am seriously thinking about it.
Because these people have discovered that as a human being, we can't live in isolation. And all those people I've mentioned and even more have made me who I am today. Okay. And without those people, I as an engineer cannot stand here. So I knew that this was going to come, and that was why I decided to take this.
Right, so let's
and then we go right into the discussion. I'm an agricultural engineer from UNAB with a specialization in soil and water engineering. That's one of the branches of engineering. I currently am a senior agricultural engineer with OGTV and an infrastructure officer with Ogunra upon secondment. I currently got a corporate membership of the Nigerian Institute of Facilities Engineering and Management. You might wonder, Facilities Engineering Management. You see, we're talking about engineering, a world of possibilities. Every single
day, we keep seeing different branches of engineering on this program.
Different. And that was one of the reasons I had to highlight that, because it's actually a world of possibilities. When you think of something, you want to think of a solution, then engineering comes to mind. So that's why we could have various branches of engineering. We're going to be looking at many of those today. I'm a children and youth lover, so I like hosting, I like training. Now, basically, I'm going to go back to STEM. STEM forms the basis of all these discussions. It's the basis of life and interconnection of experiences and careers. Everyone is a product of STEM, and we all need STEM to survive. Of course, it has been discussed times down that STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And without this, there can't be any form of engineering. I quote something: I knew you before I formed in your mother's womb. Before you were born, I set you apart and appointed you as my prophet to nations. Seen from Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5. And that shows the purpose of man's creation. And it also means that every person is created for a purpose. Every discipline is there for a purpose. Now, what's purpose? Maestro said, if the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Purpose is the reason of which something is done or created, or for which something exists. An abiding intention to achieve a long-term goal that is both personally meaningful, and makes a positive mark on the world. Of course, we all have a purpose to fulfill, and we must fulfill that purpose. Now let's dive right in engineering. What is engineering? A lot has been said about engineering, terms without number, and I can say at this point that engineering is that branch of, it's a mix of science and technology that solves problems. Engineering brings solutions to problems in society, and we have various cadres in the family of engineering. I wouldn't want to bore us this today. We have actually various cadres, but you see, engineering and engineers are professionals who ideate, they bring forth machines, come up with various things and ideas that can solve problems, machines, technology, and other things that will bring solutions to various areas in life. So that's what engineering is. I'm just trying to summarize some things that we have. Cadres in the family of engineering. Now, engineering has about 4 main cadres. Last week, the guests mentioned some of them, and I want to iterate some of them again. We have the craftsmen, who are the base. They have little or no form of education, but then you have the carpenters, the mechanics, the electricians, the masons, the plumbers, and so much more. Those are people that used to call engineer, come and help us do this. That's what they call the engineers. But then they're actually craftsmen. We have the technicians that go to technical schools, get maybe a national diploma. These are the people that we call the technicians. They are the supervisors over the craftsmen and also help to handle some tasks beyond the craftsmen. Now, particularly, we have the technologists. Technologists have a higher national diploma, the interface between the technicians and engineers who form the top of the ladder. Engineers, which are top of the chain, are known as the problem solvers or the solution providers. Usually they have a bachelor's degree and from a university. What then are the branches of engineering? Engineering has about 4 distinct branches, main branches, from which every other one comes to play. We have the chemical, the civil, the electrical, and the mechanical. And then there's a 5th one called the interdisciplinary, where there's a mix of an idea from all that disciplines, other branches of engineering that I've mentioned, chemical, civil, electrical, and mechanical. And in looking at them, we're looking at engineering in a world of possibilities. It means that you can have a possibility once you think about it. And then, let's start with the first one, chemical engineering. What are the specializations we can see under chemical engineering? We have genetic engineering, we have materials and metallurgical engineering, we have process engineering, we have biochemical engineering, we have molecular engineering, we have petroleum and petrochemical engineering, we have, and so much more. It means that even just under what is called chemical engineering, there are so many things, and then you can begin to pick niches, okay, that solve various problems. We can't go in depth now into all of these specializations. We come to civil. I'm a civil engineer. Many people just think that civil is just about buildings and roads and other things, but there are actually various aspects and specializations. We have the construction, we have the environmental, we have the structural, we have the highway and transport, we have the mining, we have the geological and geotechnical, we have the architectural engineering or building engineering, and there are so many more. The next branch of engineering called the electrical engineering, we have various specializations too. And it interested me while I was going through these preparations, and I saw broadcast and radio, and I was like, broadcast and radio. And then I discovered that it's that branch of engineering that has to do with, like now we're on OGTV, yes, media. Every machine that is used in a media house, the radio or broadcast engineer is the person that is in charge of such machines because it's specific to a broadcast house. We have power engineers, we have electronics engineers, we have telecommunications. They may seem similar like the radio, but then they have, of course, when you have MTN and every other thing, all those communication networks. We have the control system engineers, we have the electromagnetics, and we have the optical. We go into the next branch of engineering, that's mechanical engineering. Under mechanical engineering, you see, all through the last 3 that I've mentioned, there are several branch specializations I've mentioned, but you discover that there is a long list of specializations which people can get into. And if you discover that the whole society, the whole world, can be distributed or can be split into various sections. And every section of life that you can get, you will find a branch of engineering inside. Mechanical engineering. If you want to be a mechanical engineer, you can go into the automotive, the aeronautical, the manufacturing, the industrial, the marine, the sports, energy, aerospace, and so much more. Sports. How about sports engineering? And I discovered that sports engineering can also be that form of engineering that helps you to all the engineering that caters for machines and everything concerning sports, sporting equipment, and so much more. So if you even like sports, you can get into sports engineering and so much more. Then we have the last field called the interdisciplinary. Incidentally, I introduced myself as an agricultural engineer. This forms part of this branch of engineering. Agricultural engineering is a part of the interdisciplinary engineering. Because as an agricultural engineer, you are an electrical engineer, you are a structural engineer, or a civil engineer, you are a mechanical engineer, you have a form of bioresources, you have environmental. It cuts across so many fields. You have biomedical, you have mechatronics. Mechatronics is a bridge of mechanical and electronics. There's engineering management, there's also management in engineering. There's facilities and logistics. Incidentally, I told you I just became a corporate member of the Nigerian Institution of Facilities Engineering and Management. So these are the branches of engineering that has to do with facilities. This studio is a facility. This station is a facility. Anything engineering facility, road, buildings, any facility, there is a branch of engineering that can cater for that. So you discover that there's so much possibility in engineering. Just think of it, and then engineering comes to where there's the military and security, there is the software engineering, there's information, and there's so much more. As we begin to wrap up, when we talk of a world of possibilities, it's actually talking of relevance. It's talking of how engineers become relevant in every sphere of society. And it means that I can't just say I'm an engineer and I don't take time to get into some other details. As an engineer, I should be able to know administration and management. I should be able to know information technology. And these are the areas that will distinguish you as an engineer. Yes, know your agricultural engineering, know your civil, know your structures, know your electrical, know your mechanical, know any branch, chemical, petrochemical, whatever branch it is. But something that can distinguish you at these areas of life that may seem not really particular to you. We have the human resources and personal management. Engineers should also know finance. In construction and in everyday life of engineering, there's also the finance aspect. An engineer should know some part of finance. And of course, there are tools, there are software tools that can help in that area of finance. There's data science, there's data analysis that's been known to statisticians and mathematical people alone, but then we can also go into, funny enough, anybody can begin to pick it. So why can't an engineer also pick those aspects of technology? There's networking, there's computer networking and the likes. There's agriculture, using the greenhouse technology. That's one area that interests me a lot. Because when you talk of agriculture, many people just think that Mishiagbe, just with the hoe and cutlass. But then you can do agriculture and not be dirty. You can be a corporate agricultural person. And how do you do that? There are so many ways you can grow crops and do animals without getting dirty, and putting it in quotes, dirty. There's a greenhouse technology that can make you to grow your crops all year round. So you have vegetables, pepper, cucumber, and different forms of things that can be grown all year round, not waiting for rain-fed agriculture. Okay, there's the time where everybody wants to wait for rain. Oh, the rains are not falling, and this and this and this. But then you can grow your crops using the greenhouse technology. Okay, we also have remote sensing and surveying. That's something that can also distinguish you, not just an engineer. But if you know remote sensing, that's what is peculiar maybe to GIS people. But you can know that too. Computer networking, as mentioned earlier. Project management is very key. Everything that you set your mind to do is a project. No matter how simple or complex it is a project. So project management is key. Begin to learn things about project management. These are the things that make you relevant. Customer relations management. Every person you come into contact with is a customer. Whether your colleague at work, your colleague in school, your neighbor, anybody is a potential customer. And so customer relationship management is key. Facilities management and logistics are one, and there's AI, artificial intelligence. That is also a key thing that distinguishes anybody today. AI is good. Machine learning, programming, Python language, and other things. In wrapping up, I say, a great world of impact is possible through engineering. Find your purpose, the reason for your creation. Find your niche. Explore opportunities, and let's build a great world with sustainable solutions for development. And like my father would say, thank you for listening.
Wonderful presentation. That was very, very, very educative. I learned a lot. Now, when you were giving that presentation, I was just beginning to think, gone are those days where the branches of engineering were literally three, chemical, mechanical, and civil. But now we wake up every day and there's introduction of other branches of engineering.
Yes.
And I'm just wondering, we could just one day wake up and the whole society is full with engineers.
Yes.
Yeah, so what would be of our society? How good is that?
Now the thing is, the society is interrelated. You're a broadcaster. I'm an engineer. The other people, they are market people, business people. The thing is that engineering just brings the solutions to problems. As a broadcaster, there's the mic, there's the camera. There was once upon a time these cameras were not this kind of cameras we had before. But then these cameras have been improved upon. These cameras have been improved upon because of engineering. So whatever problem we have in society, engineering helps to solve.
All right, I think we have a caller. Thank you so much for joining us on the program today.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
evening.
What's the answer to our question?
Well, now the answer to your question is atomic number.
Atomic number.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so please keep watching. Before the end of the program, we'll let you know if you're correct or not. But please tell me the last two.
To get the question.
Yeah, before you ask the guest the question, what's the last two digits of your phone number?
25.
25. All right, what's the question?
01. Ma'am, that is 01.
01.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so what's the question?
Ma'am, to ask that, ma'am, if I want to do electronics engineer, ma'am, can I remove geography from my subject?
Can you add geography? Remove geography. Did you get the question?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Okay, talking about the basic subjects to study in getting into engineering, I know there's physics, there's chemistry, there's maths. These three are very key. Some of these others are additionals, especially when not that strengthens your engineering. You have technical drawing. Geography can be addition, it's a great addition. Now, I talked of remote sensing and survey the other time. Geography helps in that. But you see, these are just basic subjects for admission, okay? I said earlier, the key ones are physics, chemistry, maths, English, biology, maybe, technical drawing, okay? Those are key. So, you know, all subjects are good they are in groups.
Okay, I think we have another caller. Thank you for joining us. Hello, can you hear us? Okay, I think you have to continue now.
All right, all subjects are in groups. I made that mistake when I was growing up, and I know I won't make that mistake again. Somehow I didn't choose right, but
yeah,
I ended up...
People always have that issue.
People, and it's because of enlightenment, and that's one of the reasons why this program has been instituted, has been laid down, to help this younger generation to know the right things to pick.
So I know when the specialization comes in, like when you are into your 200 or 300 level in school, but for the entry, what are those compulsory subjects, you know, for engineering? It is when you are now in your third year that you can actually have a specialization.
Now, to get admission into engineering, basically you have your English and mathematics, which is compulsory for all students.
Okay, we have a caller. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
The answer to the question is order of increasing atom. The order of increasing atom.
The order of increasing atom.
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 15 years old.
Are you still in school?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the last two digits of your phone number?
80.
Okay, we'll let you know if you're correct or not. Please keep watching Engineering and You. Thank you for calling.
Okay.
So we're wrapping up now. So
yes.
we'll wrap up with that.
So, you see, English and maths form a basics for every student. You now have your physics, chemistry. I start with English, maths, then you have physics, chemistry. Depending on the school, maybe biology. Depending also, there could be agric science, depending on where you want to. But then you could have technical drawing. There's further maths also. There's further maths.
So there's maths, English,
yes.
Physics, technical drawing, further maths.
Further maths.
Maybe
now you have some groups, subjects in groups. Depending on the group they fall into, you look at the one that best fits engineering or the technical sciences. So if geography, you have an intention of doing something, you can pick geography. If you don't, I think agric is also in that same field, in that same group. But whatever it is, just get a good counselor that could help you in selecting the particular subject you want, and you will get it. And I know that's one thing I didn't do well then. I didn't get good counseling, and so I missed my subject combination, but I think I balanced out later.
All right, thank you so much. Well, this is how far we can go on the program today. Now, before we go, let's drop you the question for the week before telling you the answer, of course, for the question of the day. The question of the week is, what is the structure of an atom? what is the structure of an atom? If you know the answer, please send us a message, and the rest assured we'll get that across to you. And we have a winner on the program. Glory got the question correct for the question of the day. How does the periodic table organize elements? The answer is by atomic number. Thank you, Glory, for calling, and you're our winner for the program today. I want to say thank you so much for coming on the program. Time is really not by our side when you are doing something good. It's an amazing time.
Very amazing.
Yes.
Very amazing. And I must say I enjoyed myself. You are a good host. I must commend you.
You're welcome.
And I want to appreciate those that called in, so thank you very much.
Yes. So this is how far engineering and you can bring it this week. But we'll be returning next week with another guest and another topic. So be rest assured, this is where you get it all. My name is Miriam Usman. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.
Right.